Oh, well, Brad, thanks for joining us for the interactive team of the week. We've got 3 ins, 3 outs. Zeeble in, Thomas in, and Delaney in. And on the emergencies, we've got Greenwood, Mullet, and Edwards. Massive game against Collingwood. A lot of questions coming in from the supporters this week. First, Mark Donald at North_Donny on Twitter. Matty Campbell looks to be playing up the field a bit more. A permanent move there on the cards due to his pace.
Oh, well, he certainly has impacted the game as a substitute, and last week we brought him on a little bit earlier than we would have liked given the injuries we sustained. But yeah, we don't want to pigeonhole him as a small forward. We think he can give us some real speed further up the ground, so we'll still use him as a forward, but he gives us a completely different look when we play him further up the field, so we'll keep alternating that.
On Facebook, Stephen Hopgood. Brad, where do you see Cam Pedersen's best role in the team as he can play anywhere? Would have thought he was the perfect like-for-like to replace Grimer.
Oh, he's not a like-for-like with Grimer. No, his strength is in his versatility. He's been playing forward for Werribee, been playing really good footy and pinch hitting in the ruck. His best position in the VFL is as a ruckman. So in the AFL we think he can play a bit forward, but probably at the moment we see him as a forward ruck rather than a defender, whereas Luke Delaney's a key defender.
On Twitter, Callan Turner, I thought Luke Delaney was a no-brainer to cover Grimer, so he agrees. Will he be getting the job on Dawes or Cloak? Yeah,
one of them. We'll play Luke Delaney as a key defender, basically directly to replace Nathan Grimer. So again, he's been starved of opportunity a little bit this year, and we think he's developing really nicely into a big, strong key defender. And he is bigger than both Grimer and Thompson, so we're keen for him to develop.
Ben Dallariva on Twitter. Recently, opposition sides have looked to play one spare behind the ball. We look better man on man. What's our preference?
Oh, well, you can have your preference, but you can't control what the opposition choose to do with how they line up. One thing we have been working on is how we move the ball inside forward 50 if there's a spare back. And that's one of the reasons we've been keen to play 3 key forwards and to lessen our reliance on Drew Petrie. So if the opposition player spare back, as we showed last week, we don't always have to rely on Drew. We can take a defender out of the way and give Tarrant and Hansen a chance as well.
On Twitter, Bradley Lockheed. Do we tag Beams or Pendles? I know most of the year you've chosen to go head-to-head.
Yeah, well, I think head-to-heads, it's an interesting point because we do like to put our good players on their good players, but that's not to say that we roll the dice. We certainly have a opponent responsibility there, and we feel we work best when we really challenge our midfielders to give them big roles. So I think Scott Pendlebury, in my opinion, is the best midfielder in the competition, and Dane Beams is giving him great support at the moment. So that's a huge challenge for Andrew Swallow, Jack Zeeble, Ben Cunnington, Cruz Garlett, etc.
On Facebook, Francis Mullane. Brad rapped how you have the team playing. As you know, most of the players have no finals experience. What extra ingredient do we need to be successful in the pressure cauldron of the finals?
Well, to be successful in finals, you need a game plan that is sustainable, and you need to be able to regain or maintain your composure under intense pressure. So that's really what we've been working on all year, is maintaining our composure, not getting rattled by sides that put on great pressure. And since the Sydney game in round 4, I think we've been much better at responding to the pressure that opposition put on. So Collingwood are the best pressure side in the competition, so we'll see how we stand up to it this week.
Back on Twitter, Nick Walters. Even though there's 3 games left, will Ben Spate play a game this year?
Well, Spadey gives us, again, some really good outside run, and he's got genuine speed. So at the moment, Matty Campbell's playing that role for us, but we know that Spadey can come in and play that role if need be.
And last one on Facebook, Simon Jordan. 3 very good inclusions to replace 3 of our most consistent players. But in the absence of a player like Daniel Wells, who do you see taking that next step to fill the void left by his absence?
Well, the easy answer is you don't replace Daniel Wells. He's one of a kind. We think he's one of the best midfielders in the competition. So we're just going to have to get a little bit more speed in there through Harper and a little bit through Campbell and try and replace it that way. But you're right, Zeeble and Thomas coming back into the side really help us there.
Brad, thanks very much for your time, and best of luck tomorrow night.
Thanks very much, Heath.